14, Pab Burke at 14, and Conor Lanigan is listed at 15. Subs then Sean Butler, John Maher, Michael Gleeson, Billy McCarthy, Joseph Ryan, Michael Purcell, Aidan McCormick, Kevin O'Gorman and Jack Derby. Kilruane McDonaghs line out then in black and white this afternoon here. Conor Doherty is the keeper here. Owen Hogan captains the team at 2. Jack Peters is full back and Ray McLaughlin is at 4. Willie Cleary, Dara Peters and James Cleary are the half back line. Midfield pairing then is Craig Morgan and Seamus Hennessy. Keane Darcy, Owen Williams and Niall O'Mara are the half forward line, and the full forward line this afternoon here in Holy Cross is Kieran Cahill, Jerome Cahill and Cian O'Kelly. The subs then Paddy Williams, Aaron Morgan, Declan Barrett, Thomas Cleary, Éanna Hogan, Niall Shenners, Conor Cleary, Conor Austin and Martin Grace. What stands out to you there? For me, Craig Morgan and Seamus Hennessy, a young up and coming star with Tip and an experienced player who did very well for Tip when he was fit and well able to play 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, Stephen. Really looking forward to that midfield battle, because you have Ronan Maher and Stephen Cahill on the other side. So that's going to be a real battle in the middle of the field. And in the game of hurling, if you can win that middle third in the modern game is a huge bearing on who wins the match. And whichever team today can win that middle third and get quality ball into their forwards, I think they'll be on the winning streak. So, really looking forward to seeing that battle.
Looking at Sarsfields lineup here, John, we're seeing Dennis Maher at 11, a real powerhouse. Pa Burke in at 14, and he's always sharp from frees for them. His presence is very important for them, brings a bit of experience up there.
Yeah, Stephen, you were talking about Kilruane being disappointed last year. Well, I think this Thurles Sarsfields team will be something the same. I went up to see him in the first round again in Rogan and Carty last year, and they never really came to the table, and their year never took off. So they will really have an edge about them today. They'll want to start this championship the way to go on and try and win it. So definitely the Thurles Sarsfields forwards last year didn't function as a unit, and they'll really have to come up to the plate today to take on that Kilruane defence.
Paddy, we know what Paddy can do. We've seen it with Tip for the last 10 years or so there. But two relatively new wing backs alongside him for Sarsfields. David Corbett at 5, Kieran Maloney at 7. They're lads we don't really know a lot about.
Yes, but they still have plenty of experience. Remember now, Thurles Sarsfields have won the intermediate county final and have been competitive in that grade. And anyone that puts on that Thurles Sarsfields famed blue jersey will be well seasoned and know what their job is.
So we're getting ready to go here. The referee today is Michael Kennedy from Newcastle, and he's just up at the top end at the minute. The umpires are in place here, and it is full, I suppose, as regards up to 200 people here at this game. Good few here in the stand, and some cars over opposite us there as we look, and it's the referee who's down just having a word down there with the umpires down below. Kilruane last minute going through this. Very close 2 years ago, Ronan Maher got the goal in Nina to topple Kilruane. Last year the tables were turned, so both teams really will fancy
both teams will fancy themselves, and if we get a match like we had in Nina 2 years ago, everyone will go out of here happy, I'll tell you that. But may I also say, Stephen, that the field here in Holy Cross looks magnificent today. I'm sure John Dial would be fierce impressed. They have a lot of work done around here, and I think it's really set up for the field and everything, that we'll have a good match.
Brilliant stuff, John. And looking out there as well, 14 inside, Jerome Cahill. What do you think? Will he be in around the edge of the square for Kilruane?
I can't see Jerome sticking to the edge of the square. He will be rambling all over that field. Jerome Cahill, I've been with him as a minor in under 21, and what he has is great feet. And when he gets around that field, or he gets that ball into his hand, it will definitely spell trouble for Thurles Sarsfields' rear guard.
Cian Kelly as well in there, another good juvenile player that came up through the ranks.
Yeah, well, if you go back over the last number of years, Kilruane have been competitive at minor and under 21, and with Craig Morgan, Cian O'Kelly, Jerome Cahill, they've brought through great young hurlers. And in the Munster under 21 final last year, Cian O'Kelly came on and got a great goal. And again, he's a year older this year, and I think that experience of last year will definitely stand to him.
So you'd think this will be a close one, really? Can you see this really going down to the last 10 minutes?
Well, that's what I'd be hoping, that we'll come into the last 10 minutes and it will still be a match. I suppose if you give me €50 this minute, what way would I put it? Maybe I'd chance the North team Kilruane, but that is only opinions, and opinions can be often wrong, Stephen.
And John, this championship, summer hurling, is really going to help these players too. I was at the football last weekend, fast ball, bouncing ball, and it's usually the preserve of the inter-county players. So this year the club players get a chance to shine in the very best playing conditions.
Yeah, it's absolutely marvellous. Sure, the club players don't know themselves. Imagine now they have a 7-week window to finish their championship. Last year they started training in December, the year before, and played one match in April, and they didn't start again till September. Sure, no club could last that. So I think this, if wherever the GA does going forward, that club window will have to be over a certain period of time. That is not going on too long.
Could you see that becoming the norm? What's happening now? Should all
Definitely.
And we're getting ready to go here now. Out in the middle of the field there, Ray McDonaghs looks to have moved into midfield for Kilruane McDonaghs. He's out there and just taking up his place there. David Corbett going in midfield as well, listed at wing back for Sarsfields, but he's in there and we're ready to go here in this one. John Maher is on the field and starting just in the half back line for Thurles Sarsfields. As we get underway here, straight away it's out to Willie Cleary. Ball sailing in, Kilruane on the attack here, and it's caught inside, and it is Niall O'Mara coming through. Let's fly with this one, just straight across and out to the far side, and the first wide of the game. Dangerous.
Niall has gone full forward, Stephen.
So ready to go here again.
Jerome is out wing forward.
That
was a great chance.
Breaks down in the middle of the field there, and it's Cian Darcy who comes onto it, and it's just going to be a free for Kilruane McDonaghs over the far side. Couple of Thurles Sarsfields players just over eager in the challenge as the ball goes out over the line over there the far side of the field, and straight away we're seeing intent from Kilruane.
Absolutely. First two attacks have been into Kilruane into the field. This is a tough free for Cian to start with now.
So standing over this and having a look at the post, here it is Darcy who sizes it up. It's playing into the roadside here as he gets ready to strike this ball here, playing with a slight breeze over the far side of the field, rises and strikes this one all the way in. Straight down.
Great score.
And the first score of the game goes the way of the northern side. It's Kilruane McDonaghs off the mark here after just a minute of hurling here at Holy Cross. So ready to go again here straight away. Paddy McCormick sends this one out down the field now. Ball breaking up here in front of Aidan McCormick. Down now as far as Jerome Cahill. Gathers in the middle. Solos in now past the 65 all the way in. Looking for support there. Lays it off to Seamus Hennessy. Hennessy moves it on slightly again here, but it's Paddy who gathers. Sends it up the field. Lovely ball for a forward to run onto here outside the 45. Owen Purcell lays it back out now as far as Dennis Maher. Dennis Maher sends it high, long, all the way in and just across the goals and out to the left and wide.
Yeah, very smart hurling from Thurles Sarsfields, Stephen. Great use of the ball. Unlucky they didn't score there.
Conor Dohenny sends this one down the field. Long puck out straight down now on top of Cahill Maloney over the far side of the field, and Maloney adjudged to have committed a foul in there, and it is a scoreable one again for Cian Darcy and Kilruane McDonaghs as he sizes this one up here, and this is another chance for them now to just push on.
Another chance, correct, Stephen, yeah. Not an easy free either though, on the sideline.
So
21 yards out.
Darcy having a look at the post here, judging the wind, and there's a few people starting to gather out on the roadside here. You can see the umbrellas from where we're looking at it here as they try and get a good vantage point here. Of course, limited to 200 is the ticket scenario here as Darcy sends this one in high.
Yeah, he has it again, Stephen.
Between the posts.
That's a great start for a free taker. Two difficult frees and two straight over the black spot.
2 minutes 40 on the clock here, and away we go again. Paddy McCormick having a look to see what's on. Ronan Maher out here on the wing looking forward. He goes long this time over the far side of the field. Dennis Maher is under it here. Ball breaks over there on top of Willie Cleary as Thurles come away with it through Corbett. Laid off here the far side of the field. Moved into the middle towards Dennis Maher, but Kilruane there in big numbers, and it's gathered by Ray McDonaghs as it just takes deflection there and goes out over the line, and it is going to be a line ball and a chance now for John Maher to cut this one in, and he's well able to send these ones along and having a look to see what's on and who's making a run here. Aidan McCormick on this side here being picked up by Craig Morgan, but he goes short down the near side there as Tommy Doyle forages forward, but it is going to be another free in over the far side of the field as the rain begins to fall here, and a chance for Sarsfields to settle.
Stephen, we missed it there in the first few minutes. I think Billy McCarthy is playing, number 17. Blair isn't playing at all.
McCarthy taking up the place just on centre forward there on top of Ray McLaughlin, who's picking him up at the moment. So great to see him back.
Absolutely, Stephen, isn't it? Absolutely marvellous. Great for Tipperary, great for Thurles Sarsfields. Wish him the best of luck. I hope it goes well for him.
This one about to be sent in now as he just waits the ball over the far side of the field and gets ready. The rain coming down heavier and heavier now at the moment here as we get going. 4 on the clock here in this one. Kilruane 2 points to the good up at the moment as this one is sent in long, and a sweet strike and over the bar. A lovely score for the Sarsfields.
Yeah, that's match has settled down now.
So ready to go again here as this one is sent long by Downey down the far side of the field, breaking in there. Paddy is underneath it here. Ronan as well gathers it and sent long from Paddy down on top of the half forwards here as this one just breaks inside and chasing it down there. His own Purcell having a look for it here. Paburke there to help out, goes to raise this ball in the corner now. Paburke goes down, gathers it now, turns outside him here. 3 of them on him here, but he sends it straight across the goals here. Ball breaking over the far side. Billy McCarthy there as well, but it's gathered out there by Michael Cahill and sent in, and just out for a 65. A super effort from Cahill and just deflected out.
Yeah, actually it's hard to find. Mikey Cahill seems to be playing in the forwards, is he, Stephen?
Seems to be picking up their wing forward and floating and going back out the field as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of movement here.
A lot of movement.
And this is probably how it's going.
Yeah, another chance to Sarsfields to level now.
So standing over this one here, it is Aidan McCormack, of course, an assured free taker for the Sarsfields here, about to send this one straight up here into the breeze here at Holy Cross, all the way in. It has the distance and it has the accuracy, and it is level here after 5.5 minutes of action here. 2 points apiece. Long puck out down the field now, breaks here in front of Keane O'Kelly as Thurles just gathered that ball. Paddy Maher sends it up the field now, up towards Billy McCarthy, gathers it now, off he goes in past the 45. Soloing in here now, keeps going on here. It's still McCarthy going all the way through into 4 Kilruane defenders, and they're there in sufficient numbers to win that ball back and work it back out the field now as far as Kieran Cahill sent over the far side now. Ball breaks over there. Ronan Maher gathers on his own half back line. Lovely ball sent straight up along the line here as Thurles come on the attack, and it's just sent in on top of Aidan McCormack, but just over hit as Kilruane gathered that and come on the attack once more. Work down the field now as far as Kieran Cahill. Cahill gathers this ball, being challenged there by Kieran Maloney, but he keeps going through there, soloing through, tries to lay the ball off.
Good defending.
O'Kelly, but Thurles there in big numbers and work it back out the field, back out as far as Padraig Maher in centre back here as he flicks that ball on again to McCormack out on his 65 here, works this one straight in, all the way in, dropping inside there on top of Conor Lanigan inside, and Billy McCarthy in there, lays off a lovely ball outside now as far as Ronan Maher fires it in, and the keeper does well there to gather that ball and work it back out the field here as far as Hennessy, who drives it long all the way back down the field here now. Kilruane on the attack again. It's end-to-end stuff here, but it's gathered by John Maher, who just steadies the ship there and goes back as far as McCormack with this one, who
great pace to the game, Stephen.
Long one down the field again. Thurles on the attack once more. Ball breaks in there, in on top of Dara Peters, but it's Thurles who gather it, and it is Billy McCarthy coming through. Billy McCarthy sends it high long, just out to the left of the post. 2 points apiece after 7.5 minutes.
Great pace to the game, I have to say, Stephen. Very enjoyable so far. So free in. Ref is giving a free in, Stephen.
So the ref calling this back, and Aidan McCormack will put these over all day.
Absolutely.
So it's waiting for the ball there in the middle of the field. You're tuned to Tip FM Super Weekend, and it's brought to you by Nina, Thurles and Templemore Credit Union, supporting your community. And the game is also being streamed live, and you can watch it on access links via Tip GAA social channels and on their website, as this one is sent in and over the bar, and it's now 3 points to 2. It's Thurles Sarsfields who just edge ahead with a short puck out now from Kilruane. McDonaghs out as far as Peters and back to Downey. The keeper sends it long all the way down. Paddy is underneath this one, but so too is Owen Williams as Kilruane gather possession out there through Owen Hogan out the far side of the field, and the ball has just gone out over the line over there as the referee signals it is going the direction of Thurles Sarsfields, and it's going to be Paddy Maher who will strike this one just inside the 45 over at the far side of the field from where we're looking at it here. It goes across field with this, landed now on top of Conor Lanigan, but Kilruane there in good numbers and win that ball back as they work it out. But there's a huge number of Sarsfields players there, and they've won this ball back, and it's sent in now on top of Owen Purcell. Purcell there trying to gather possession, but Ray McDonaghs gathers it, and Ray McDonaghs comes out with a brilliant block out there by Aidan McCormack, and it's going to be a Kilruane line ball, and this game is hot and heavy, nice and heavy.
Stephen, isn't it great? Both teams not giving an inch. Great chasing by the Thurles forwards there, just wouldn't let it out. Ronan had a good tackle there on Craig Morgan. Welcomed him to Thurles Sarsfields or Holy Cross.
So Morgan about to cut this one up the field, having a look here now. Will strike with the aid of that breeze, which has just picked up in the last 5 minutes. Goes low with this one along the ground now, and Ray McDonaghs goes to rise that ball in there. Billy McCarthy is there, so too is Aidan McCormack, but there's a
free to Thurles.
And the slap in the back means it is going to be town free here, and they move back out of the way. Kilruane will take this free and send it down the field, and it is going to be their free taker, Keane Darcy, who will strike.
Long way out.
And will he find the distance and accuracy with this? Rises it, sends it high all the way in. It's going to have the distance, but it just tails out to the left and goes wide down there as McCormack gets another slitter out of the bag and ready to go again here now. It's still 3 points for Sarsfields, 2 for Kilruane McDonaghs, 10 on the clock here in Holy Cross.
Has been a quick 10 minutes, Stephen.
McCormack cuts this one long out the feed now, and it's won out there by Jerome Cahill. Jerome Cahill coming through now. 2 Sarsfields players on him, lays it back out as far as Seamus Hennessy. Hennessy crossfield ball over here to the stand side at Holy Cross, chased down there by Keane O'Kelly. Keane O'Kelly gathers this one now, being challenged by Cahill Maloney. Goes by Maloney, but is just pushed back outside him here as he sends it back out the field. But Sarsfields with a lot of players out there on the 45, and they work it back out towards Billy McCarthy in the middle of the field. Well worked back again though, and it is Kilruane who win it through Jerome Cahill. Cahill coming through now, soloing in there and sailing into trouble in there as Sarsfield switch 3 or 4 players inside, and the lines are cleared once more by Dennis Maher, this time straight up the field, up as far as Dara Peters. Peters sends it straight back down along the same side that it came from here, but it's back to Dennis Maher. Dennis Maher crossfield ball coming over towards the stand side here. Beautiful first touch there by the corner forward, and it is Owen Purcell who just moves that ball back in the middle, but Kilruane there, and they gather the ball and work it out of trouble here by their captain Owen Hogan, who lays it off to O'Mara. Niall O'Mara, the tip star here, looks behind him, great vision to see the free player outside as Kilruane coming the attack here. It is Jerome Cahill who's coming through now in the middle, and Jerome Cahill is fouled. It is going to be a free in for Kilruane McDonaghs, and that has been a super passage of play.
Stephen, I hope people at home can visualise how good this game is in the first 11 minutes. It has been up and down the field from the start. Great bust by Jerome. Another chance for Keane to level the scores.
And frees are proven very important here, so accuracy on frees is going to be paramount.
Absolutely. Any score you get here today is going to be hard earned.
So standing over this, it is Keane Darcy, of course, who has represented Tipperary for the last few years as minor, under 21, under 20, and at senior level as well. And he prepares to strike this one, sends it in and straight between the posts.
Never in doubt.
Out to the roadside out there as people look on from the roadside out there on proceedings here on the field. It is 3 apiece here between Sars and Kilruane after 12 and a half minutes of action here at Holy Cross. This one sent long now by McCormack, straight out here as far as the midfield and the sideline here, and it's well won out there by Craig Morgan. Craig Morgan moves it on slightly here, but coming in now to challenge is Aidan McCormack, and McCormack having a good battle there with Craig Morgan, who gathers that ball and does absolutely brilliantly to lay it off as far as James Cleary. Cleary sends a long one straight down into the corner here. Kilruane coming on the attack, but the pace of the ball is just too much. Goes out over the end line down below, and it is going to be another puck out.
Because, Stephen, I'll tell you this, I'm glad I'm on the sideline. The hits that are going in here aren't funny now. It's really every ball has been fought as if their life depended on it. Craig Morgan done fierce well to get that ball out of there now.
And this one sent along by Paddy McCormack, straight out the field here, gathered by Aidan McCormack now, gathers it and goes by Owen Williams there and sends an angle ball in on top of the half forward line, just breaking inside as Sarsfields come away with it now through Conor Lanigan, trying to just get a nice flick on this ball. It comes across nicely to Paburke. Paburke with an effort here, sends it in and just tops the shot at the very last second and doesn't reach the destination intended, as this one comes out again through Owen Hogan. Owen Hogan is there, half blocked in there, but cuts on the ball along the ground out towards the middle of the field. Good battle out there with Jerome Cahill in the middle of the fray there, alongside Craig Morgan, who gathers that and lays off another clever ball out the far side, out to Willie Cleary. Cleary with the ball sent in now on top of the half forward line. Niall O'Mara going to gather it, but there's two on him at the moment, and Sarsfields retrieve it and work it back out the field now to John Maher. John Maher being challenged by McDonaghs there, just lays it off as far as Dennis, and Dennis moves it up along the line here up to Aidan McCormack. McCormack challenging hard as they let fly just in front of us here. Ball breaks down, but it's moved on slightly on as far as Niall O'Mara. Niall with a beautiful flick out as far as Cian Darcy, and Cian Darcy lets fly, and it just tails out to the left. And what a moment of just skill there by Niall O'Mara, and earlier by Craig Morgan, just a vision to lay off a pass.
Beautiful hurling. Cian will be disappointed he didn't pot that now. Free shot from 50 yards. Still 3 points all.
3 points apiece, but breathtaking stuff here at the moment. It's fast and it is furious. A long puck out this time from Sarsfields down. Ball breaks in the middle of the field. Billy McCarthy gathers this one. Two of them after him. Off he goes, soloing in to the half back line and in towards the full forward line there, but it's Kilruane who win it back through Cian Darcy. Darcy plays this one in the middle. Loose ball out though to Aidan McCormack. Aidan McCormack just doesn't connect right either, and Ray McLaughlin gathers and sends it back down the field for Kilruane. McDonaghs back down into the open side now as Owen Williams tears away into the corner, but Paddy there meets it first time and comes out and works it out of trouble for Sarsfields and back up the field, and now they're on the attack and they've plenty of open space in front of them as Sarsfields come and the attack here with three Kilruane players coming in around, but the foul is committed in there, and it is going to be a free in for Thurles Sarsfields after great work by David Corbett soloing up the field.
Oh yeah, Paddy Maher won a great ball. David Corbett made great ground. Definitely a free to Thurles.
So it's been non-stop really, hasn't it?
Stephen, you're doing well to get a break at all. There has been no breaks in play as such since this game started.
So chance here now for Pa Burke to steady things down here, and Pa Burke did what he does best and puts that one over the bar. Another one for Sarsfields. 4 points to 3 now, and Tommy Maher back in charge of Sarsfields this year.
Water break now, Stephen, which is something that we're not used to usually at a hurling match.
We could do with that ourselves.
We could do with that ourselves, Stephen, after that quarter of an hour.
So the 200 people here have been treated to a great spectacle, and if you're watching on the stream online via Tip GAA social channels and on their website tipperary.gaa.ie, hope you're enjoying the coverage, and on Tip FM as well with our coverage with thanks to Nina, Thurles and Templemore Credit Union. And John, it's fairly relentless and there's nothing between these teams.
No, if you had any crib, I suppose, I'm told that there's been no score from play in that first quarter of an hour. It'll tell you how tight and how hard it is to get space. I think both sets of backs are really, when the ball is in that area, everything is made such a battle, and the forwards are finding it fierce hard to get space. They can't last this pace, Stephen. This game will open up as it goes on. They just can't last this pace. It's so relentless, and I definitely think as the game goes on, you'll definitely see more scores from play, and it will open up a bit.
Yeah, Craig Morgan is involved in a lot of the play, laying off a lot of ball there in the half back line for Kilruane. Yeah,
sure. Craig, over the last number of years, he's blossomed into a beautiful hurler. Teak tough. Every ball you try and win off of Craig Morgan, you'll really earn it. And he's here in front of us, and himself and who's his marker? Tommy Doyle, is it? Yeah, they're having a great battle there anyway.
And at the other side, Dennis Maher is there and involved in everything for Sarsfields, and he's like nearly a half-back as much as a half-forward at the moment.
Correct. Cian Darcy and Dennis Maher, the two of them are playing very deep for their teams, you know. It's the modern game now. There's no positional sense anymore, I'm afraid. Everyone hurls the field, not like my time.
We're seeing Michael Cahill up here like really operating as a wing forward and a corner forward.
Yeah, correct. So here we go again now, we're ready to go. I have to say the referee has contributed to a good first quarter as well.
Yeah, he's let it flow quite well here. 4 points to 3. Sarsfields ahead here. 16:22 on the clock as Conor Doheny pucks this ball long down the field for Kilruane. McDonaghs sent down here into the middle of the field, and it is won in there by Kieran Maloney for Sars, and he sends it back up the field now, a long one all the way in, breaking up there on top of the 21, and Kilruane win that ball back again, and build another attack with a long ball sent out towards Darcy, but it just comes off Darcy there, and it is going to be a Thurles ball, and a line ball just here on the halfway line, and it's going to be struck out here in the middle by Ronan Maher, who is sizing it up here and well able to cut this ball into the square.
An expert at a line ball. I often think it's an iron he doesn't have in his hand instead of a hurley. This will go the distance.
Makes his own hurleys, of course, Ronan Maher, and gets ready, makes them for a lot of the tip players as well. Lays this ball short out to David Corbett. Corbett back now as far as Michael Cahill. Cahill with lovely ball sent in on top of the 14 and 21 in there. Just breaks inside. Pa Burke trying to gather possession inside, and it's just picked up nicely in there and sent over the bar, and it is the corner forward Conor Lanigan who got that score. Really good corner forward play.
Absolutely, he was on it like a rash. And it was only going to be the one outcome then when he got on it.
5 points to 3 for Sarsfields after 17 and a half minutes here. Long ball sent down and breaks just inside on top of Niall O'Mara. Goes to rise that ball. Paddy challenged him there, but breaks nicely for Kilruane out as far as Kieran Cahill. Kieran Cahill sends it in across the goals and just out the far side, out and wide. So it is Paddy McCormick who gets ready to go again here. 5-3. Sarsfields ahead here after 18 minutes of action here as he sizes this up, sends it long out and skyward, and it's dropping now on top of Billy McCarthy. Goes up with the hand here, ball breaks down in front of Jerome Cahill. Jerome in, and Kilruane just there in good numbers and move that ball on 20 yards. Paddy is there though and mops up the play on the half back line for Sarsfields now. Crossfield angle ball over into
Great
space
ball.
now, and racing onto it over here is own Purcell. Purcell goes to gather it, but it is Craig Morgan who does so. Morgan, lovely ball straight down on top of the corner forward, and a brilliant catch in there by Cian O'Kelly. Cian O'Kelly coming through for Kilruane. McDonaghs goes through two, off he goes.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
He sends it into the back of the net. A fantastic catch by Cian O'Kelly. 2 Sarsfields players after him. They couldn't catch him. Straight through and into the back of the net. 1-3 to 5 points. Kilruane ahead.
What a goal, Stephen. All on his own. A high ball into the corner, caught it over his marker, took on 2 markers and roofed it into the top of the net. Tony Dorn will be proud of that one.
A superb finish by Cian O'Kelly. Long one down the field now. Ball breaks here on the half back line for Kilruane McDonaghs, and it's gathered there by Darcy. Moves it on again here. Kilruane coming on the attack. Tails up now. It is Craig Morgan.
Great score.
Beautiful puck of a ball. Straight in and over the bar. He knew from the second it left the hurley it was going over the bar. 1-4 for Kilruane. 5 points for Sarsfields.
Well, as we said, Stephen, this game is beginning to open up now. Goal was a big score for Kilruane.
So Paddy McCormick, long one down the field, and it's sent straight up here, but it breaks out in front of Niall O'Mara, and the pace of the ball just takes it out over the sideline. It's going to be a Thurles Sarsfields line ball here as Billy McCarthy and Craig Morgan just shoulder each other a bit there, and the ref is going over just to have a word with them as Redzer comes in the fray for Sarsfields and part of their backroom team, and the Mayor Ishka is in there and getting the boot ready, and Redzer would love to be in there as well.
Absolutely, and I don't think Craig would be pushing Redzer too far. But anyway, line ball to Thurles Sarsfields. So Thurles could do the score now, Stephen.
1-4 to 5 points. Kilruane ahead here. 20 minutes and 18 on the clock here as Ronan Maher about 8 or 9 feet away from us prepares to cut this ball up the field here now, and seeing what's on right in front of him. Michael Cahill is about 10-15 yards away picking up. Cian Darcy cuts it in on top of Michael Cahill. Just the first flick down there now. It goes as far as Morgan, and the referee is going to have a word here with Michael Cahill for that. Just his first touch just sent it a little bit away from him, and Craig Morgan came onto the breaking ball, and Cahill went in with the hurley just to try and gather possession, and the referee is putting his name in the book.
Yeah, mistimed. Mikey went to flick it, and of course if you don't hit the ball you're in trouble, Stephen, and he mistimed it, so a yellow card for Mikey, so he has to be careful for the rest of the match now.
Great to see the Tip legend back in action after a couple of serious injuries over the last 2 years really, and he's back in business now and lining out today. Physio above in the hospital in Limerick, and Michael assumes the position now, gone back in about centre back with Ronan Maher in there alongside him as well at the moment, currently in the half back line for Sarsfields here as Keane Darcy gets ready in his own half back line to strike this one here, and looks on, rises this one and sends it in. He's had the distance here.
He has it, Stephen.
Looking accurate all the way in and over the bar. A super score, and these frees are vital at every level of hurling, and this in particular.
Absolutely. I had an old mentor, Jim Madden, in here say if you have a good goalkeeper and a good free taker, it will take you a long ways. And Keane has potted everything that's come his way now today.
Sharp puck out this time from Sarsfields, out as far as Cathal Maloney. Maloney sends it straight up the line, looking for Michael Cahill, but Keane Darcy is there. Keane Darcy sends this one straight in. Ball breaking inside there, in around the house, and the pace of it just takes it out over the line, and it has gone out for a line for over the end line, and it is another puck out for McCormack inside in the goals as Paddy McCormack sizes it up this time. Ronan always seems to come over the sideline here looking for it, but he opts to go
Great
far
puck.
side. And it's breaking up there on top of Billy McCarthy, who catches well in there and lays this ball off, and it's Sarsfields coming in the attack now, straight through the middle here. On his bike here is John Maher coming through, and John Maher is in there and just fouled as he tried to solo in past the Kilruane defence, and they met him with full force there, and it is going to be a free in for Thurles Sarsfields. Great play. John Maher is dangerous and he has a bit of speed.
Absolutely, Stephen. The one thing the backs don't like is the forward that'll run at him, and he went straight down the middle. A great catch from Billy McCarthy to start that move again.
So standing over this one here, it is the experienced Pa Burke, and Pa Burke just slots it over the bar. 1-5 for Kilruane. Sarsfields now on 6 points after that strike after 23 minutes of action, and straight away the keeper gets the ball and pucks it straight down the field here now, down towards the corner forward down here. Keane O'Kelly, the goal scorer, as this ball breaks free, but Paddy Maher is down there as well trying to retrieve the situation for Sarsfields, and it is Paddy who comes away with it now and works it out the field for Sarsfields. Lays this ball off now as far as Michael Cahill. Michael Cahill getting a bit of room, and he's fouled in there with a hurley across him, and Cahill just moves out the way, drops the ball, and Cathal Maloney will take it, takes it fast too, out as far as the sideline where Ronan is waiting. Ronan, clever ball in as far as Billy McCarthy on the run. 45 out. Billy McCarthy sends it high, but it tails out to the right of the post and has gone wide. It's still 6 for Sars. 1-5 for Kilruane. Puck out taken fast here now, down on top of Niall O'Mara. Niall O'Mara gathers, has a look at the post, sends it in all the way in, but it just tails out to the right of the post for Kilruane.
Two bad wides, Stephen, but one on each side there now.
Yeah, and within about 10 seconds.
Absolutely. You'll be expecting Niall to pot that now.
So this one taken now quickly out the far side of the field. It is Kilruane who gather it here, but they're coming through on the attack here. As Hennessy comes in, and Hennessy slots it in and over the bar. A fantastic point by Seamus Hennessy. The Sarsfields players just played around with it a little too long.
Correct. Broke down in the wrong place, and when it breaks down there, Stephen, you won't recover.
Long puck out with this one, down the field now, and it's breaking in front of Billy McCarthy. Billy McCarthy over there, so too Ronan Maher, who sends this one in, and Ronan does brilliantly, and
absolutely.
What a score.
Great score.
Only had to look. The tip star just gathered and struck it on the run. A fantastic
class is permanent, isn't it, Stephen? What a score.
1-6 now for Kilruane, 7 for Sars. Long puck out again, down the field now, breaks in front of Conor Lanigan. Conor Lanigan coming through. 2 Kilruane players after him, and they bottle him up, and it is going to be a free for Sarsfields as Lanigan just burst through, and he's another one of these pacey forwards alongside John Maher.
Yeah, definitely, and the Thurles forwards are well able to turn in and take on their man, which is fierce important, drawing the frees. So not an easy free now either, Stephen.
From his own 65, it is Aidan McCormack who will stand over this one. Having a look here at the post, sends it high. It's going to have the distance all the way in, dropping just inside, and the keeper just gets up with the hurley and bats it out here 10 yards outside, and it's gone out the side, and the referee blows for a free out for a tap on the foot there of one of the Kilruane defenders. So a free out for Kilruane for Conor Doherty. 1-6 to 7 points. They're ahead 5 minutes before the break.
Yeah, and these frees, Stephen, you know, it is an easy way for the backs when you get a free. Kilruane were under pressure, and there was no real need for Thurles to foul there now, and now they're getting a free puck, you know.
Yeah, about to be sent long by Doherty in the goals here as he looks down the field, has gone straight down the corner with a lot of ease at the stand side and goes the same route with this one, straight down looking for Niall O'Mara or Cian O'Kelly in there, and it is Niall O'Mara who races onto it. O'Mara goes to gather it in there, but Paddy is in there again. Paddy a rock for the Sarsfields there, and the ball laid off as far as Kieran Maloney, and Maloney wins the free out as Michael Cahill just flicks back the ball. Michael Cahill and Maloney doing very well for Thurles Sarsfields in there, and Paddy always alert to what's happening.
Of course, you must remember too, Stephen, the conditions have a part to play. It is wet and slippy, and a lot of the players are finding it hard to keep their feet.
Long one from Paddy now up the field here, ball breaking here in front of Cleary, and it's just batted down as far as John Maher. John Maher just takes too much out of it there, and it is Kilruane who get this free puck again, and this time it's from Darcy, and these free pucks are really counted in some way.
Correct, Stephen, correct. When we do the sums at the end of the match, I bet you there'll be 8 or 9 and both sides will have frees. Whatever team can cut out the frees, definitely will have a great chance of winning this game.
27 and a half on the clock here. It's 1-6 for Kilruane, 7 points for Sars before Cian Darcy strikes this one here as he slides it up below him here and prepares to send it out towards the roadside here in Holy Cross.
To the left.
And it's tails out to
right.
the left of the goals, and it has gone wide as McCormick gets ready to go again. You're tuned to Tip FM Super Weekend, brought to you by Nina, Thurles and Tipperary Credit Union, supporting your community, and the game is streamed live, and of course you can watch it on Tip GAA social media platforms as this ball breaks out in the middle of the field here, gathered now by McDonaghs. Cornerback lays it off as far as Niall O'Mara, involved in everything, lays it on again to Dara Peters. Dara Peters
Red
coming
score.
through here,
Red
and all the way in and all the way over the bar. And that has been a superb score there, and if you're watching this online, there were some broadband glitches, but I understand these have been corrected, so I hope you're able to watch in wherever you are at the moment in the comfort
important time of the game now, Stephen, I'll tell you that.
This one sent out now, it's gathered by Ronan Maher. Ronan Maher coming through with this, lays this one in, it bounces in front of the keeper, and away comes Doheny. Doheny moves it out, but it's a poor puck out. This time it's out as far as Billy McCarthy. McCarthy sends it in, and the ball just glances away from the goals, and Jack Peters is there and gathers it, but it's sent out again and straight to a Sarsfields player out as far as Dennis Maher. Dennis Maher sends it in, but the goalie is equal to this and gathers it and sends it long out the field. Sarsfields come with a lot of pressure at the moment here. Ronan catches and sends it in all the way in, and this one score just tips over the bar. Another score for the Sarsfields, and in that passage of play Kilruane just gave them the ball. Correct,
3 times, and twice Thurles had great chances to score and failed to score, but the ever reliable Ronan straight over the black spot again.
8 for Sarsfields, Kilruane 1-7 at the moment, 1 minute before the break here, and the last couple of minutes you just feel that Sarsfields are just trying to tag on a couple of scores and getting the breaking ball.
Correct. All Sarsfields will want now is to keep it tight up until half time, not concede another goal. Hard to believe, Stephen, just 29 minutes gone in that first half. It was a quick first half, wasn't it? Very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Out the middle, Seamus Hennessy appears to be limping for Kilruane. They'll hope he's okay, and he's fit to continue at the moment as this one is sent long down the field now. Paddy gathers this one and sends it back up the field here now, straight up now to the half forwards. Conor Lanigan is there having a good tussle with James Cleary, but it is Sarsfields who win that ball, and they're trying to work it up along now. Aidan McCormick there helping out. Aidan McCormick flicks it on another 5 yards. Billy McCarthy is there too. Billy McCarthy gathers, hand passes it into space now out to Owen Purcell. Owen Purcell is there being challenged by Jack Peters. A good tussle out in the corner, out by the John Dyle side.
Tough call.
And that's brought a big cheer in this one.
Yeah, tough call. He made out the Thurles man leading the ball. Anyway,
so it is
free to Kilruane. He's the boss
for Doheny, and he'll get ready to cut this one down, and I'll expect that he'll go to this side with Seamus Hennessy making his way over at the stand side here for this one. It drops down now on top of Cian O'Kelly, and another brilliant catch by O'Kelly. 3 Sarsfields players after him. Away he goes, soloing in now. It's still O'Kelly coming through here, tries to flick this ball, but there's just too many Sars players there, and they read the play and work it back out.
Half time.
And the referee blows the half-time whistle here at Holy Cross after A non-stop first half here. Really exciting stuff here. Both teams well in the mix here in this game here. At half time it's Kilruane 1-7, Sarsfields 8 points. That goal coming courtesy of Cian O'Kelly. The difference between the teams at the moment, and he is doing very well. Cian O'Kelly, Cian Darcy as well in there are constantly attacking the Thurles defence.
Yeah, they are a threat, no doubt. Cian O'Kelly has been absolutely a revelation in corner forward there. Anytime he gets the ball, the alarm bells are going off in the Thurles defence. But yeah, the Kilruane forwards are really as a unit working well. Niall O'Mara, yeah, they have a Jerome, Cian Darcy, Kieran, they have a lot of a threat up there. But still, Stephen, look at the scoreboard. Thurles are well in this game, you know, and they missed they'll rue a few chances they missed in the first half.
And we're going to go to a quick break now, and we'll be back with halftime analysis right after this. You're very welcome back to Holy Cross here for this round one game between Thurles Sarsfields and Kilruane McDonaghs. We've had a serious half of hurling here, and here alongside John Sheedy and Sarah Friday. Sarah, what do you make of it?
Kind of to get started there I think it took till the 18th minute to get our first score from play, which came from Conor Lanigan, I think. So just showed the intensity of the match that it was. As we were saying, the belts that were being hit out there, I think John said he was happy he was on the sideline for it. But it just shows like the tenacity and the rivalry that's out there between the two teams, and they're used to being up against each other for the last few years, and they're just not letting anything slide out there at all. There's some key man marking kind of going on out there that you can see. Craig Morgan is picking up Aidan McCormack and Mickey Cahill on Cian Darcy, and they're kind of equalising the lads, but when it's coming to the free take, and then that's where the scores are coming from. So it's going to come down to the second half if they can try to cut out the frees and keep Cian and Syke and Pa Burke off the ball from place balls. It's probably going to come down to that, really.
And the place balls are hugely important, because Darcy is putting them over at this side, and Pa is probably going to have to do the same now in the second half as well.
Yeah, they are. It kind of did, as we did say, it did open up there after the 18 minutes there. I think Kilruane really got into the swing of things, even with their Tally's men probably being a little bit quiet. But yeah, definitely the place balls are going to be key. You can see there the space that's opening up inside the full forward line on both sides. Dara Peters there coming up, Paddy Marr coming up, getting the scores, because there is that space there to break through. So yeah, definitely it's going to be whoever opens up now and gets the scores on the board inside. I think I saw Lar warming up there along the line, so that's going to be an inkling into what's coming if they're going to let the balls in inside, create the space inside for Lar. Maybe there could be a goal on the cards then for Sars. That
goal, John, that was a work of art really by Cian O'Kelly for the Kilruane goal.
Yeah, a real solo goal, Stephen. You know, the ball came in high. He was 20 or 30 yards out from the goals, out in the corner. He had no right to get a goal at all. Caught the ball in the air, rounded his man, another Thurles man came to him, got inside him and roofed it to the top of the net. Great goal and a great boost for Kilruane. As everyone says, a goal is a huge score in hurling. If you can, that goal gives everyone a lift, and it puts doubts into the opposition's minds. So Thurles will be looking to shake that net in the second half now, just to give them that boost and get them back into the game.
And that's Lar's role, I suppose, Sarah, if he does come on.
Yeah, like you could see there in the half forward line, Thurles are really working hard. You have Billy McCarthy, who by his own standards maybe isn't getting the scores on the board, but he's winning the really hard ball there himself, and Dennis Marr. So they'll be looking now to capitalise on that inside in the full forward line, and maybe that's what they're looking for inside in Lar, because they do have the winning of the ball, Conor Lanigan is getting up, breaking down ball for John Maher, who's running in on it. It's just they're kind of failing, I suppose. The first 10 minutes of their dominance, they were only a point up, and they'll be disappointed in that. And coming in 2 points down with probably a lot of the hurling done, they will be disappointed with that.
And the other side of the field, John, like, a goal is going to be key, so Kilruane have to really keep going, because if Sarsfields get a goal, they could come with a wave of attack.
The momentum could change. Now, in fairness to Kilruane, the Kilruane backs have been solid all through now. They've not given away much. And this second half is really going to be a dogfight, isn't it? With the weather the way it is, and the way the two teams are matched and the way they're matched up, it'll be a real dogfight. Really looking forward to it, Stephen.
And we're about to go. Thanks very much to Sarah Friday and to John Sheedy. We're going to take a quick break. Back with the second half after this.
Another long range effort from Stephen coming up, or from Keane. Rain starting to come down again here, Stephen.
Yeah. Okay.
Doing this ball.
Second half underway here at Holy Cross, and straight away it is let fly along the ground in there, but it is Kilruane McDonaghs who gather possession outside now in their own half back line here. Ball worked out as far as Owen Hogan, the captain, as he looks up to try and find an option to lay off this ball, plays it back out, and they're playing it back across their own full back line here, but Niall O'Mara is over the far side of the field. Niall O'Mara finds a bit of room here, takes on Pa Burke, and Niall O'Mara sends it long off down the field now, straight up the far side. Ball breaking up there in front of Keane O'Kelly, but Sars with big numbers there as well as they work it back out here, and it is Sarsfields who come and clear their lines once more. Sent into the middle here, nice ball in on top of Conor Lanigan. Lanigan, just as he loses his balance and just falling over, sends it in, and it just trails out to the right of the post and goes out and goes wide. So another puck out for Conor Doherty here, and tit for tat
Tit for tat at the start of the second half again. We'll just have to wait and see what way the first 2 or 3 scores now will be very important.
1-7 for Kilruane. Sarsfields 8 points. Long one sent down the field here, and this ball is gathered there by Kieran Maloney, but the ref has blown the whistle, and it is going to be a free for Thurles Sarsfields. Paddy assuming the responsibility here to take this one and sends it straight down into the corner now. Racing onto it over there is Aidan McCormick. Aidan McCormick does really well first time. Gathers and lays it across the field, but it's straight to a Kilruane McDonaghs player as they work it out as far as Hennessy, and Hennessy sends it long all the way up the field here, up as far as Jerome, and turns and sends it in, but it goes out and tails out and goes wide out to the left of the post. Quick restart again by Paddy McCormick, this time out now as far as Cathal Maloney. Maloney works it out along here to Dennis Marr. Dennis Marr plays it back in again to Maloney. Maloney sends it long down the field here as the ball breaks in front of Craig Morgan. Craig Morgan goes together here and wins himself a free, and Morgan again in the thick of it.
He is playing a great game of hurling, Stephen. This is dangerous now.
So
O'Mara has it,
and it is O'Mara who lays this one off out to Owen Williams. Owen Williams challenged by Paddy there, but it is right in front of the post. This free is going to be taken as the Sarsfields players just protest slightly with Michael Kennedy, but the Newcastle man happy with his decision here. It is going to be a free in for Kilruane McDonaghs and a chance for Keane Darcy to extend their lead here. 1-7-8 currently here before he strikes this one, and this he'll probably just take the point here.
Yeah, take the point here. His biscuits to bear to Keane, dead straight in front of the goals.
And straight in
over the black spot
and over the bar, and it is now 1-8 to 8 points, a 3-point lead for Kilruane McDonaghs as Lara Corbett enters the action here for Sarsfields. Pa Burke just going off here, and I think he came into this game with an injury as well. He was an injury concern on the start. Lara straight up here on the sideline just looking for the ball here as off he goes on the tear here straight into the middle. Long puck out down the field now, breaks nicely for Conor Lanigan. Lanigan lays it off to Lara. Lara with the first shot of the goals at the goals, but just crossfield ball, and it's gathered again by Billy McCarthy. Billy McCarthy holds on to this, plays it back out into the middle, back out as far as John Maher, and John Maher sends it in and over the bar. A sweet point for the Sarsfields. We're back to a 2-point game here at Holy Cross at the minute here, so it's 1-8 to 9.
Lara looked dangerous, didn't he, Stephen? The very minute he came on the field there,
always looking for that ball.
Absolutely, he was on the man's shoulder, laid it off. Kilruane doing well to get a block on it. He was going for the jugular.
So it is the Kilruane full back who just appears to be in a bit of bother down there at the moment, and that is Jack Peters, just has his helmet off and just holding his head there at the moment, and the physio is inside with him at the moment, and play will just be held up for a minute here as the referee gives him a chance to just get himself
looks
together.
alright, Stephen. I'd say he's only taking a breather.
This one is going to be a Kilruane puck out, and really they're just still edging ahead, keeping that little 2-point gap ahead.
Correct. Sarsfields are finding it hard to bridge the gap. Just the scores aren't coming quick enough.
This one sent long down the field now. Ball breaks out on the 65, but it's gathered out there the far side by Willie Cleary. Willie Cleary lays it on again, but Sarsfields win that ball back. Paddy out there challenging for it, and again it's taken off him by Kilruane, and Kilruane send this one straight into the corner on top of Michael Cahill looking for Keane Darcy, but Darcy just flicks this ball back out now as far as Jerome Cahill, and there was a clash out there, and 2 players down, and hopefully they'll be okay. It looks like Michael Cahill that's out there and on the ground at the moment, and we hope that he's okay, and he appears to be fine. He's up and moving about again. Referee and the linesman are having words over there at the far side, so we'll just wait and see what this is.
I'd say there's nothing really happened, but again Thurles will be disappointed. They seem to have the situation under control, and ends up with a free to Kilruane, giving Keane another chance to extend the lead to 3 again.
And Keane Darcy doesn't really make mistakes from these ones here. The rain has really started to pelt down in the last 10 minutes or so here. A lot of clouds forming right across the place here, and it's just got visibly darker here in Holy Cross for the time being, but it is 1-8 to 9 points as Darcy prepares to strike this one, sends it in all the way in and over the bar, accurate, and it extends Kilruane's lead to 3 points. It's 1-9 to 9 points now in this second half here.
His striking is absolutely immaculate today, I have to say.
Long puck out down the field, Paddy McCormick now, and this one is just batted down, and Kilruane racing onto the ball here, and first on top it is Ray McLaughlin who gathers in there. Ray McLaughlin comes to it now, but this ball has just gone to ground, and it's
another free for Kilruane.
Going to be another scoreable one. This time it's at the opposite end from where the last one was. Keane Darcy at the stand side here, just in front of the Sarsfields bench, and he'll size up the post here. Like these points, and they're difficult, but at the same time a proven free taker is the difference really in a game like this.
Correct, Stephen. And like Thurles, if Thurles will be going sort of berserk, like all these frees are killing him. You cannot give a sharpshooter like Keane Darcy all these chances and expect to beat Kilruane. And a lot of the frees are of a softish nature.
1-9 to 9 points here now at the moment here before this free is struck, and it's sent in and all the way
over the bar.
Over the bar. Lovely score once more by Darcy as he's picked up there by David Corbett. 1-10 to 9 points. Kilruane starting to pull clear in this game now. At the moment, a 4-point lead built up.
Sarsfields need a score badly now.
sent over the far side. Ball breaks over there. Kilruane's half back line win this ball again, and it's Niall O'Mara coming through. Niall O'Mara, lovely angle ball, bounces inside, but Maher is in there, and Stephen sends it out the feed now out to Dennis. Dennis Maher this time goes to challenge here. Seamus Hennessy does brilliantly, just kicking that ball back outside him again, and back out now as far as Willie Cleary. Willie Cleary coming through now. Off he goes, soloing in here. Three of them after him here. He's still going through, and he gathers it, does brilliantly, but just gets the angle slightly wrong, and it tails out to the left of the post and just goes wide. It's 110 to 9 points. Kilruane still ahead.
Yeah, could have hit it sooner. Sort of ran into trouble, didn't he, Stephen? Took it a few steps too far.
So ready to go again. Paddy McCormack here, sizing up where he's going to go with this one. And
Thurles need to get their hand on the ball now, Stephen.
Dropping in the middle now, straight in, and it's Seamus Hennessy who lets fly. No, Thurles' hand is landing on that ball, but from the breaking ball, Michael Cahill gathers. Michael Cahill coming through the outside now. The Sarsfields player sends it in, and it just tails out to the right and wide. Did everything right, just got the angle slightly wrong.
That angle slightly wrong, but all them chances, they don't come too often.
So this one breaks out quickly now, out as far as Dara Peters. Peters sends it long from the puck out now, up towards the corner forward. Keane O'Kelly. O'Kelly over the far side of the field. Danger for Sarsfields here as he's on his way in here, and just slips, and Jerome Cahill goes to gather the ball there. But it is Paddy Maher who comes out and lays this one off now as far as John Maher. John Maher, the long clearance down the field now. 2-on-2 here as this ball just bounces nicely, and it is Conor Lanigan coming through. Conor Lanigan goes to rise that ball. Second attempt, half blocked down here as this ball just deflects out. A brilliant little flick by Willie Cleary, just got the hurley over and just put off the forward for a split second.
But his touch left him down. That was a great goal chance, Stephen. If he had to bring that the first time, the goal was definitely on.
Long puck out the field, breaks here in the middle, and there has been a push on the back, and it is going to be a free for Thurles Sarsfields as the referee says that Niall O'Mara put his hand on the Sarsfields players back there.
Yeah, pushing the back, I'm afraid. Niall could have no complaints.
So Aidan McCormack will take this one from his own 65, about 3 metres in, I would say, from the sideline here. About to strike it to the roadside here in Holy Cross, all the way in. It's dropping in around the house now, and this one could go anywhere. Still in there, ball flicked on inside, but it is gathered in there by James Cleary, who works it out as far as Willie Cleary. Willie sends this one up along the line, and this is one Stephen. For you, John.
That's one for me, Stephen.
Right down on top of John Sheedy, and I thought he was going to gather that one there, but it just bounced off.
There was a time, Stephen, there was a time.
So it is going to be a line ball for Sarsfields here as another change is made here. Michael Gleeson about to come on in the action here, and he's going to have a cut at this one here, and going off is John Maher there for the Sarsfields. So the first act for Michael Gleeson is going to be a line ball here. He's a couple of options.
Is that Craig Morgan that's down, Stephen?
So, and it is a play is going to be held
he's
up.
Not a man to go down now.
So we will be held up
here.
Go
down easy.
For a couple of minutes. We'll be held up here as Craig Morgan is just down receiving a bit of treatment inside on the 21 in there, and the ref has just gone in to have a look, and he's so important for Kilruane.
Well, he'd be a huge loss if he's okay though. To take a strong one to knock Craig, I'll say that.
And Craig is up and moving about and back, and assumes his position just at the edge of the D there for Kilruane. Now, quick one, caught here. Ronan took it in the end and sends it in along here now. It's gathered inside now by David Corbett. David Corbett works this one on again. Sarsfields in possession here as this ball is flicked in by the corner forward. Owen Purcell all the way in, and if this goes over, it's a score to be reckoned with. That is a superb point.
Thurles needed that score now. Thurles needed that score. They need to get the next score again now.
110 to 10 points. Short puck out by Kilruane.
They've very nearly intercepted.
Got away with it there, and it's sent up the far side of the field, straight up along the line now. Chasing down play over there is Kieran Maloney for Sarsfields, as it's worked out slightly as Dara Peters goes to gather it first time, but Niall O'Mara comes in and gathers possession, sends it on along middle here now, but Paddy inside. Paddy gathers cleanly there and works this one out now as far as David Corbett, and Sarsfields clear their lines straight down the field. Another attack brewing here, but out to meet it first time is Craig Morgan. Morgan sailing out of trouble here, does really well, flicks this one into the middle. Lovely little flick on again by Kieran Cahill now, but it's into no one in particular, and Niall O'Meara has to come back and work for it. Finds that ball now and plays it back out the field. Another shot coming in, a long range effort this time, all the way in, all the way over.
Ray McDonaghs.
A superb point by the cornerback for Kilruane McDonaghs, Ray McDonaghs.
Yeah, and great score. It's just keeping that gap all the time, isn't it, Stephen? Thurles are finding it very hard to close that gap.
111 now to 10 points here as this one is sent out at the far side of the field, and this one just goes out over the line at the far side of the field. It is going to be a Kilruane ball over there at the far side of the field, and they're all just sizing up just back from it. It's Dara Peters who's going to strike it here. Cuts this one, doesn't connect as he'd like to. In came Billy McCarthy. Billy McCarthy lays off a hand pass out the middle, but it just goes loose into the middle of the field here, and it is Ray McDonaghs looking for possession, but Lar is there. Lar sends it in on top of the house here. Ball drifting in there, and it's a great catch inside by the centre forward Dennis Maher. Dennis Maher trying to shake off his marker, and Dennis Maher does very well there to hold off 3 Kilruane players and get himself free in, and another score no doubt coming here for Sarsfields, and that was really well done by Dennis Maher.
Dennis has gone to the edge of the square now, and he will be a handful in there. A big man, well able to field the ball in the air. He was unlucky there when he came down that there was 2 Kilruane men on him, you know.
And he's so good to catch, John.
He's very, very strong in the air, Stephen. Bring it back to 3 points again, Stephen.
So Aidan McCormack standing over this one here, a straightforward one for him. It's 111 to 11 points as he puts that one over the bar, and we're back to a 1-score game here, and Billy O'Shea patrolling the sideline here for Kilruane McDonaghs. He was the captain when they beat Thurles Sarsfields in the final back in October 1979, and it is Tommy Maher who is the manager here today for Thurles Sarsfields. This ball is long down the field, out now as far as Niall O'Meara on the run, slats it over the bar. 112 to 11 points. Short puck out the field now to David Corbett. Referee says the puck out was just too quick for him and calls play back, and that was a lovely point by
mighty score by Niall O'Meara, all on his own, won his own ball, took it on, and a great score from an angle.
So it is going to be back as far as the keeper here. McCormack gets ready to go again here, having a look here, sends this one down by the stand side here, straight down to where the wing forward would be. Ball hopping in the corner down as far as the 21, racing onto it first time is Conor Lanigan. Lanigan does really well, lovely crossfield angle ball looking for Lar, but just got the trajectory wrong, and it's Dara Peters who comes in to mop it up and send it back out the middle now, out as far as Thomas Cleary. Thomas Cleary is out there now as he turns and lets fly in this ball straight down the middle of the field here. Michael Cahill is there. Michael Cahill gathers, moves it on here 10 yards on as far as Paddy on here now, again onto David Corbett. David Corbett sends this one straight down here into the corner in on top of Dennis Maher again, but this time he's beaten to it as Kilruane work it out of defence here, and it is the midfielder Craig Morgan operating the defence, does really well, throws that ball up in front of him though, and a brilliant little catch by Conor Lanigan to gather that ball, but it is going to be a Kilruane free out, but they're not getting anything easy.
Space is really at a premium, isn't it, Stephen? Anyone that gets a ball in this Holy Cross field today, you don't get 1 second on it. The very minute you get the ball, there's someone on you and making it hard for you.
So this one about to be struck here. It is Hennessy, sends it long straight down the line here as far as Niall O'Meara. Niall O'Meara goes in to gather this one here, goes down, rides it at the second attempt and lays it off as far as Jerome Cahill. Jerome coming through the middle here, 3 of them after him, works an angle, sends it in, but it's just batted out and back out now as far as Kieran Maloney. Maloney gathers and works it out along the line. It's Sarsfields who clear their lines through the sub. Michael Gleeson drives it straight down the line now as far as the 45 in there though to win it back is Craig Morgan coming through the middle now, soloing all the way in and works it on again another 10 yards, but Paddy reads the play really well. Paddy Maher working it out now, lets fly over his left shoulder with this strike straight down the field. Another Sars attack brewing out on top of Owen Purcell. Owen Purcell crossfield ball straight over as far as Billy McCarthy. Billy McCarthy gathers this one, coming through now, challenged out there by Dara Peters, goes back out the field. The unmarked Lar Corbett gathers the ball on the run. Lar sends it in, straight in across the goals, but this one tails out to the right and wide, and Lar just was running full pelt really and just off balance slightly when he hit it.
Definitely expect Lar to pot that now, 40 yards out from the goals, and Thurles need all them now. There's a water break here again now, Stephen, so Kilruane are 4 points up. It's really all to play for, but Kilruane just seem to be that step ahead at the moment.
So 112 to 11 points at the water break stage, which means we have 15 to go in this game. And really, yeah, you'd have to say Kilruane are the team that it's theirs at the moment.
Yeah, but also you'll have to say in this last quarter of an hour, we said at the start, if this last quarter of an hour comes in and both teams are still in the match, we should be in for a right last quarter now. Thurles will still feel that they're well in this game. Nothing that a score or two wouldn't bring them back into it.
Yeah, Paddy is clearing a lot of ball there, but Kilruane are sending it back as quick, and Craig Morgan seems to be coming out with an awful lot of ball.
Correct, the Kilruane backs seem to have the measure of the Thurles forwards at the moment. But as I say, Dennis Maher has gone into full forward, Lara's there now. There's definitely a goal in that Thurles, in Billy McCarthy, in that Thurles forward line.
A lot more experienced than started.
Correct. And a goal would be a huge score in the game. But they need to close that gap. I don't think have they led maybe once early on, but that's the only. Kilruane have been a step ahead of them all day.
And it is Kilruane who are 4 ahead at the moment here, 112 to 11 points here at the moment. And these water breaks, we've gotten used to it. You know, what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's good, really, isn't it? It stops everyone from running into the field at different times, and oftentimes we'll be often saying there'll be more water carriers and that inside in the field than hurlers. Now everyone gets a chance after a quarter of an hour to have their water break, and everyone is taking it on board, and I think it works.
Do you think anything, like it could be something that would be used, maybe a manager could get tactical and change how they play in a water break, kind of like American football as they have with, timeouts? Yeah,
it's the only thing I would say if I was in charge of a team and you had momentum building after a quarter of an hour of a match, the water break can break your momentum, you know. So in ways I'd say managers would rather. And the other side of that, of course, if you were being beaten or a team had a run in you, you'd be glad to get the break. So I suppose there's for and against.
They're ready to go again here now as Dennis Maher and Lara Corbett move straight back down to the full forward line.
The only thing I will say now, Stephen, here is that the day has improved. The rain is gone now for this last part of an hour with the help of God. The clouds are clearing a bit. And we're looking forward to a ding-dong battle in this last quarter.
So the sun is out again here. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here from Holy Cross. Tip FM Super Weekend is brought to you by Nina, Thurles and Templemore Credit Unions, and this game is also being live streamed and you can watch them on the access links via Tip GAA social channels and on their website tipperary.gaa.ie. This play continues here as Ronan comes through the middle here, lays this ball off outside him now, out as far as the corner forward, and Lanigan sends it in on top of Billy McCarthy. McCarthy coming through, soloing in, holds onto the ball, he's on his knees, but it doesn't stop him on his knees. He just sends it in over his left shoulder and over the bar. A superb point, back from injury and back with a bang.
Back with a bang, come on, and got a shot and fell and still managed to get the ball over the bar. Great.
This one sent long down the field. 112 playing 12 at the moment here. Kilruane ahead courtesy of the Keane Kelly goal. This ball is worked out in the middle of the field and it's gathered out there by Thomas Cleary. Laid it back now as far as his half back line. Out there is Dara Peters. Peters moves it on 15 yards now on top of David Corbett. David Corbett is there, but it's Sarsfields in big numbers and they come on the attack once more. Sent in here in on top of the half forward line, but it's Kilruane who read the play really well and work it back out the field as Paddy goes to gather possession here from this, but Conor Lanigan does so. Conor Lanigan sends it on as far as Aidan McCormack. Aidan McCormack out on the sideline, sends it in, it's dropping in around the house now, in on top of the goalie. Dennis Maher goes in on top of him, but the keeper does well to move it out as far as his centre back Dara Peters. Dara Peters out there now, gathers that ball, holds onto it out there, challenged by Lara Corbett with his shoulder. In there as well as Dennis Maher. Dennis moves it on again outside him now to Billy McCarthy. Billy McCarthy going to gather it and takes on two Kilruane players, holds onto the ball, bats it back outside him, a lovely little bat back out as far as Owen Purcell sent in.
Score.
Billy McCarthy did brilliantly, threw the ball up in front of him and just batted it out to the free man 10 yards away.
Now Stephen, we have a match here in Holy Cross. 2-point game.
It's 112
Two great scores from Thurles.
13 points. It's Kilruane who are ahead here at the moment.
That's a free.
And it is going to be a free straight down for Thurles Sarsfields from their own half back line, and Aidan McCormack is going over to take this one. Tommy Maher sending him over, and he should have the distance here for this.
Oh, Ronan will be hitting the back net. I'll be surprised if he doesn't.
He's leaving this one. Ronan is going to take it now, and Ronan sizing it up here. A lot of cars pulled up just on the road outside to get a few minutes viewing.
Oh, isn't it great, isn't it? Look at them all on the railway bridge there.
So we're ready to go here. Ronan Maher sends it skyward all the way in, and this one just tails
Ronan.
to the right and wide, and that could be costly.
Could be costly. Every score is vital.
13 points, playing 112 at the moment. It's Kilruane ahead here, 18 into the second half as the puck out goes long from Conor Doherty all the way over the far side of the field, and a fantastic catch over there as Kilruane come on the attack. It is Thomas Cleary coming through the middle here now, lays it back, and the referee says that he has thrown the ball back, and he was kind of falling under a bit of pressure, tried to connect, but
Thurles have taken over for the last 5 minutes now. All the play.
This one taken fast, sent straight down into the corner. Conor Lanigan racing onto it. Conor Lanigan gathers this, turns inside, angling himself for his shot, and it does really well and sends it in and over the bar. Lovely point by the corner forward. Conor Lanigan with that one.
1 point game, Stephen. He needed that, Conor. Hadn't been really firing all day, but it's a fierce, important score.
Keeper ready to go again here now. Comes out the stand side with this over near the sideline. Ball is just deflected on there, and it came off Kieran Maloney, and it is going to be sideline for Kilruane McDonaghs. Willie Cleary is going to take this one as the flag is just moved out of the way, and a nice dry slitter is given as Cian Darcy comes over and says, I'll assume responsibility from this one, and we'll look to cut this one in around the house.
The danger area, Stephen. He'll be hoping to put this into the danger area.
So he prepares to stand over this here and gets ready straight inside. Thurles Sarsfields just preparing themselves inside in big numbers. Doesn't connect the way he'd like to, and Aidan McCormack is straight onto it here. Gathers that ball, two of them in on top of it. McCormack turns one way and shakes off both Kilruane players to get his shot in. Sends it down the field here now, straight on top of Owen Purcell. Purcell out now. Lar has it now. Lar back as far as Aidan McCormack, and this one is sent in all the way in, dropping inside and over the bar.
Over the bar.
Just over the bar. A lovely point by Aidan McCormack. Did really well there.
Isn't it amazing, Stephen? Since the water break, Thurles have taken over completely. I don't think Kilruane have had one attack since the water break in the second half. Cian Darcy is down in front of us now. They really need, someone from Kilruane now really needs to stand up and get their hand on the ball.
And it is 1-12 for Kilruane. Sarsfields 15 points as we keep going here. We've just under 10 minutes left in this round one clash here, and play is just going to be held up for a few minutes as one of the key players for Kilruane McDonaghs just receives a bit of treatment about 15 feet in front of us here, and he's holding his arm, and the physio is in, and Liam O'Shea, the manager, there too.
He'll be okay. Cian just got caught in the backswing when Aidan McCormack hit the ball there now. Kilruane just needs someone to stand up now.
So he's up and moving, and Michael Cahill goes to Mark Keane as this ball comes in right on top of him now, and the ball drops in here. Paddy is in, gathers this one. Paddy Maher shakes off the sub who is on for Kilruane as this ball is dropped inside, and it is the corner forward who's in there going to gather it at the moment. Don't Purcell, but the ball is in, and it's in around the house. In there the keeper, everyone waiting. Dennis Maher holding on to it here. 5-6 players in around him. Dennis Maher holds on to it here and just can't swing on the ball though, and it's still anyone's at the moment, and it's hand passed out into space here. Out now on top of Declan Barrett, who's in there, and Michael Gleeson rather in there fighting hard, lays it off to Lar. Lar out on the open side here. Lar turns from his right shoulder, swings it in, but across the goals and goes wide, and it is Éanna Hogan who enters the action for Kilruane McDonaghs here now, who has come on, and they need a bit more energy now to sustain this one.
Absolutely. Kilruane were lucky that Thurles didn't score a goal there now. There was a chance.
And the cheer you hear there is just for Willie Cleary, who has just gone off the feet here as we rejoin the play here. Niall O'Mara gathers that one, and he's just half blocked there as Paddy goes into challenge, but it is Craig Morgan who comes away with the ball and works it out again as far as Niall O'Mara. Niall O'Mara on the run now, lays off this ball. Lovely ball in on top of the forwards here. Ball breaking inside, straight down on the deck, but first to react in there is David Corbett. David Corbett back as far as the goalkeeper, and McCormack sends it long out to his 45 now. Sarsfields working it through the lines. Paddy unmarked here on his own 65, sends it in like a golfer swinging this one all the way in and over the bar. A super point from Paddy Maher, just took one look and over the bar.
Come at the hour, come at the man. What a score. Way out the field. Over the bar. Thurles have taken the lead for the first time in a long time now, Stephen.
16 to 112
That's
now.
5 points for out reply from Kilruane.
Long puck out, sent down the field, and a brilliant catch there by Thomas Cleary. sends it in now, in on top of his full forward line. Loose swing in there, but play moves on here. It's Cian Darcy who gathers. Cian Darcy trying to hold on to that ball but can't do so. Michael Cahill does brilliantly to win it back. Michael Cahill sends it off down the field to Lar Corbett. Lar looking for a runner, looks outside it, turns and sends it over the bar. Lar Corbett with the latest score for Thurles Sarsfields. Another one for Lar, another one for Sarsfields. 17 now to 112.
Yeah, typical Lar. He's popping up all over the place, isn't he, Stephen? Has changed the game since he arrived.
And has had a huge impact up there on the scoreboard as well right now as this one is sent down. Ball breaks now in front of Billy McCarthy. Sends it in now and it's Sarsfields. All Sarsfields.
Unbelievable.
As it goes straight over the bar. 18 points now to 112. Kilruane need to find another gear if they're to stay in this contest.
Unbelievable. 6-7 points without reply in 10 minutes. They've really, whatever was said at the water break, Stephen, in the Thurles, really worked anyway, I'll say that.
6 minutes or so to go in this one here as it's sent out the field. Ball breaks in the middle now and it is Lar Corbett who wins it. Lar lays this one back out now as far as Ronan Maher. Sarsfields once more coming on the attack down the field now, down as far as Aidan McCormick on the run, about 35 out from the goal, sends it across and it tails out to the right and wide, and it is a chance now for Kilruane to get back in this game. They need to get more than here and send out the field. Lar Corbett wins the puck out. Lar plays this one into the middle in as far as Paddy Maher. Paddy now holds on to it in there. Two Kilruane players on him, shakes them off and keeps going. The ref has given this free to Kilruane McDonaghs. He says Paddy Maher took too much out of the ball, that he took too many steps with it, and it did look as though he was being challenged as well.
I think that's a tough call. I think Paddy was being held. But anyway, the referee's decision is final. As we know, we're watching hurling a long time. Kilruane need this score, don't they, Stephen, you know?
5 minutes to go here. They're 3 points down currently. It is Kilruane 112, Sarsfields 18 points as this free is about to be struck here by Cian Darcy, who was down injured a few minutes ago. We'll see how he's doing with this one. Rises, sends it in all the way in and accurately too. It's back to a 2-point game and we're really set up for a great finale here.
Oh yeah, grandstand finish. Grandstand finish now, Stephen. Next score, as we're saying it, but that next score really is vital here now.
So play just being held up here as Tommy Doyle comes on here for the Sarsfields. Just another change really, and the changes they've made have been so influential.
Yeah, absolutely, everyone they've put on has added to their team, you know.
So ready to go.
Billy McCarthy, Lar, Stephen Maher, they've really stood up to the plate in that last 10 minutes.
And Owen Purcell looks like the player that's making way for Tommy Doyle on this occasion. 18 playing 113, long ball down the field now, breaks in there, it's won by Dennis Maher. Dennis has it, holding it off, laying it off now as far as Aidan McCormick. Aidan McCormick bursting through, flicks it in, brilliant save, an absolutely brilliant save by the goalie in there. For the attack, and they've got themselves a point for all their efforts in there. A superb save by the goalkeeper, but Sars attacked again. Michael Gleeson with that score.
Oh, Thurles will be, if they don't, that was a huge chance of a goal.
Shot puck out by the McDonaghs, sent long down the field now. And it is Kilruane who come on the attack. Cian O'Kelly working it in now in on top of the Sarsfields defence as the referee blows for a free out in there. And player down injured, looks like Paddy Maher at the moment who gathered that. And your thoughts on that one?
High tackle, Stephen, high tackle, number 17, Cleary, is it?
Yeah, Thomas Cleary.
So just high. I'd say yellow myself.
His name is going into the book here. It is 19 points now for Sarsfields, 113 for Kilruane McDonaghs, a 3-point game, and a yellow card for Thomas Cleary. With time just running out for Kilruane McDonaghs, they need to get a score and need to get it soon here now with 3 of normal time left in this game here at Holy Cross.
Paddy is down,
1.
Stephen, and you know, it's not like him to stay down. Usually he's up.
Yeah, he looks to be in a bit of difficulty now.
But knowing Paddy Maher, Stephen, I don't think he'll stay down for too long.
This has been a super game, hasn't it?
I really enjoyed it, Stephen. You know what I mean? First round of the championship, and everyone went at it hammer and tongs. And it's in the melting pot right up to the very end now. Putting Stephen Maher in full forward made a huge difference to Thurles Sarsfields. He gave him that edge on the edge of the square, and he's able to win his own, or Dennis Maher able to win his own ball in there.
And you've Lar playing off him.
100%. picking up all the breaks all around. And the two Mahers have thundered into the game in that last quarter of an hour, Ronan and Padraig.
So Kilruane need 3 points, and they need it fast here because time is against them at the moment here in this game. We'll have a couple of minutes added on, and Paddy looks to be okay again. He's putting on the helmet and getting ready to go.
He's up and ready to go.
Ronan is going to strike this one down the field here. Sarsfields playing into the roadside goals at this stage as he sends this one high. It's Ronan straight down on top of the goalkeeper, and this ball is just flicked in there, and it's gone in to the back of the net. It's a goal for Thurles Sarsfields. The dropping ball came in there. Tommy Doyle was in under it. There was a couple of them there.
We said it, Stephen, didn't we? Big man in the edge of the square. He just got a flick in it, and when you get a flick in a ball in there, I'm afraid there's only going to end up in the one place.
Dennis Maher is the man there. It is 119 to 113 now. This puck out taken, long one, but it's sent straight back in as quick, and it's Dennis Maher who's in there. Dennis trying to work something out in there with Tommy Doyle as well. Two of them wearing green helmets inside, battling hard against Kilruane, and it's sent back down the field by Craig Morgan, who has had a sterling day for Kilruane. McDonaghs broken out now to Kieran Cahill. Kieran Cahill coming through the middle now, sent straight in, but Ronan Maher is there. Ronan gathers in around centre back, sends it out the field. Lar coming out to meet it this time, but it is won back again by Thomas Cleary now and sent in straight into the corner here. Kilruane coming on the attack now once more, trying to work something here, and the ref says that he was pulled back. It is going to be a free in for Kilruane. McDonaghs. Keane Darcy will have a chance. He'll have to go for a goal.
Oh, he's bringing it into the middle, Stephen, which someone must be giving a bit of back chat. That'll make a huge difference now.
We're in the last minute of normal time here in this game. 119 for Sarsfields, 113 for Kilruane McDonaghs. A huge turnaround in this game in the second half, especially after the water break period of the second half here. But it's Keane Darcy about to strike this, lines it up and sends it low, and it's blocked in there and out for a 65. Sarsfields held firm on the line, and that really was a great chance.
That was a chance Kilruane had to take to try and make a finish out of this now. I think they'll do well to get a goal with the crowd that's around that goal mouth now, won't it, Stephen?
So this one about to be
are their numbers.
Dropped in around the house now. We're in time added on here, so it is at the referee's discretion at the moment here, as this one is sent in there by McDonaghs straight in, flicked on inside and sprinting over to meet it is Thomas Cleary, being very involved in the play here in the second half. Lara's there challenging him as well, and it is Sarsfields who claim the points as the full-time whistle goes here. 119 for Thurles Sarsfields, 113 for Kilruane McDonaghs. Superb last 15 minutes by the Thurles Sarsfields really was enough to see them through, and John Sheedy, they really hit Kilruane with a killer punch late on there with a point by Lar Corbett, and then Dennis Maher and Tommy Doyle lurking and got that goal.
Well, Kilruane will be really shell-shocked really. They were 4 points up at the water break in the second half, and after the water break Thurles Sarsfields I think scored 7 points without reply. It's really hard to get your head around how that happened. But the Thurles seemed to take over that middle third of the field completely. And as I said, I put Dennis Maher in full forward, and he created a bit of havoc in there. And the scores just came to flow. Lar was rambling around as Lar does, picking up ball everywhere. And the two Mahers thundered into the game in that last quarter of an hour. Thurles will be absolutely delighted for a match that they look to be chasing all the way. The way they finished the match was really very positive from their point of view. From a Kilruane point of view, they will be disappointed. They were in a winning position and they just didn't sort of seem to see it out for some reason. But there's only the first round of the championship, Stephen, and there's still plenty to play for. I hope we could bring some sense of the intensity of the game here in Holy Cross today to the people at home. Both teams really gave everything for their club to try and get them over the line. And if this is the way the championship is going to be, Stephen, I'm looking forward to all the rest of the matches.
Great stuff, John. Hope you enjoyed your debut here on Tip FM.
Lovely, Stephen. Didn't you get me in? I wouldn't be here at all only for Tip FM. Thanks very much.
So Tip FM Super Weekend was brought to you by Nina, Thurles and Templemore Credit Union, supporting your community. This game, we're live again this evening in Semple Stadium. Paul Jenkins is there alongside James Woodlock later on for the game there this evening. And this game, of course, was streamed. The first ever game being streamed via Tip GAA social channels and on the Tipperary website, tipperary.gaa.ie, and note that that is a subscription service wherever you are tuned in from. Hope you enjoyed the coverage from Holy Cross today. From John, Sheedy and I, slán for now, and we'll be back soon again with more
Slán,
games.
Stephen.